All right, everybody, we're going to go ahead and get started. Welcome to episode 11 of Monday Night Rare, my weekly podcast where I get to talk to another growing streamer. In this case, it's a stream team. We're talking about OrbyNation, which is Runionrings and Flesheator. Welcome, guys, to Monday Night Rare. How you guys doing tonight?
Awesome. How you doing?
Yeah, man, doing great.
Doing pretty good. So I appreciate you guys taking the time out to come hang with me tonight. And again, we're going to go run a trials card after the interview portion is done. But let's go ahead and start off with, you guys are a stream team. How did you guys come to be a Twitch stream team? Like, let's go back to like what got you guys started in gaming, what got you guys started in streaming, and what got you guys started in streaming together.
Oh man,
Take this one. You got me into it.
Yeah, so I was actually in college up in Knoxville last year, and during like our winter exam time period, it was like the first time like I even heard about Twitch. One of my roommates told me about it, and so I started checking it out, like especially when I was studying and stuff, just watching and like I played Destiny anyway, so it was fun to like watch streams and just it was a cool concept to me.
Sure.
And then come like May, June, we actually went. So the background, I guess, if you didn't know already, is that he is married, and his wife's sister is my girlfriend.
So that's how we know each other.
So that's how we know each other.
Okay.
We went to the same high school, but he was four years older.
Yeah, 4 years older.
Yeah. So we didn't really like hang out in high school, but then we started hanging out because of like the girl's family. But we went to the beach. It was last year, May or June. And I was sitting there, and we were just like sitting there talking about it. I started describing him what Twitch was, and he was like, wow, that's kind of weird. I didn't really understand it, And then I was like, dude, like we could do it. Like I haven't seen any other like people like playing side by side or whatever. And like I'd already been like coming over and playing like we just like side by side Destiny, like play, and it was a lot of fun anyway. So we're like, let's just start a Twitch stream and start doing it. And that's it. Like that's how we got started.
Yeah, like before we even set the Twitch stream up, he would bring his TV and his Xbox over, and we'd run like Nightfalls and Crucible, just like playing side by side.
Yeah, do that.
Just like the old days. Yeah. So yeah, we were just like, let's start a Twitch stream like that. Why not?
Nice. So like, you guys stream in the same house or same apartment, same room, or what's your setup like?
It's in the same house, in the same room. We are literally like side by side. Sometimes we bump elbows. Yeah, we just got pretty much our setup is it's all in the same room, TVs beside each other. We got two computers right in the middle running chats, and the camera from that, and we just try to sit close enough to where the camera picks up both people.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
We know that, like, that's one of the questions. Of course, everybody knows, like Lucky and Buttwipe and stuff. It's probably the first stream team that a lot of people would come to mind, for a lot of people. And obviously, that's one of the questions. You hear a lot of the questions, and I imagine you guys get probably similar questions. Are you guys brothers? Are you guys roommates? Are you guys, lovers? I'm sure you guys probably get a lot of those same questions.
Yes, we get a ton of those questions. A lot of people are asking if we're brothers or roommates, or if we're partners. Yeah. And we explain it, and then a lot of people are like, "Hey, you remind us of Lucky and Buttwipe. Did y'all take your inspiration from them?" Which we actually did not. We had no idea who they were when we decided to start duo stream. So now we know who they are. Obviously,
sure.
Back then we didn't.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, like, even Lucky and Buttwipe weren't the first stream duo, to do that. Maybe in the Destiny directory, that's very possible. But there's plenty of different stream teams. Good friends of the stream, of course. Babetron has a couple of streams. Kiki B, they stream team together. I mean, so it's definitely. I mean, it's not something that's obviously new, but I mean, it's definitely an interesting dynamic. If you guys. So, how long exactly have you guys been doing this now? So I know you might have mentioned it, but what's been like the amount of time, amount of months, etc.?
We're in month 11 now, right?
Month 11. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Well, it'll be a year end of June. It was like the last day of June is when we did our first stream. So yeah, coming up on.
Nice. Very cool. And you guys just always kind of been doing trials, or just kind of whatever?
Mainly just Crucible in general. I guess, when did Trials actually
I'm going to
come
purge
out?
that comment, Angelo. I'm sorry.
But yeah, we do a lot. We do some raids here and there.
I think we enjoy PvP, the PvP aspect of Destiny the most. So our stream just kind of became just PvP in general with viewers, with friends, with whoever. And then we love running Trials, obviously. So that kind of just fell into it once Trials dropped.
Yeah, the most fun thing to me is like having a full team of 6 and just being able to communicate and hang out, have a fun time playing.
Nice, very nice. All right, so like what? Let's talk about like Trials. Like, what was it first like for you when you first started doing Trials, like, and trying to get people to the lighthouse? What was it like for you guys at very first?
The first time I played it, I fell in love immediately. Like, it was a game mode and a concept that like I'd never, I guess, played anything like it before. But it was tough. I mean, you have to figure out exactly how to play it, you know.
Sure. Hold on. Could you guys go? I'm sorry. No, I don't want to. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. Hold on. Come here. We got my little girl. She's upset. What's wrong? Did you not can't have my phone, huh? No. All right. Why don't you go upstairs? All right. Anyways, sorry about that. Oh, this guy's like freaking obs. Man, it couldn't have waited like 2 seconds more to start killing me. Anyway, I'm sorry, guys, interrupted. Go ahead and continue again. What was the first experience of taking people through like for you guys, as far as like the stress levels, or just dealing with people that are a little bit newer and whatnot?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. One of the biggest things we say too with playing with other people is like, they're like, are y'all gonna carry us or whatever? And we always typically try to start off. We've learned from the past, like, we'll say we're gonna run a card, no boons or anything, just to figure out exactly how you play, because I'd honestly rather play with someone and figure out exactly what they're like, gonna do, figure out their tendencies, than to just have them like sit in the corner and just us try to stress about getting the win.
Yeah, we put a big emphasis on we don't do Trials carries.
Sure.
It's more of like a ride along. Like, you have to we'll play with you for sure, and we'll try to get you to the house, but we don't like calling it carries, just because like we want you to play too, and we don't want all that weight put on our shoulders, and we don't want we want everyone to have fun. Is mainly what we're getting at. So it's more like fun and kind of relaxed Trials.
They contributed as well.
We don't like getting super sweaty. Yeah, definitely a team aspect that we want to promote.
Okay. Well, what about when you guys first started Trials? Like, what was it like for you guys when you were hitting that? You were at 8-0 for the first time, and you were looking to get that, make the lighthouse for the first time. What was it like for you guys? Like, just mentally.
I think it's a highlight, but we got hyped. Like, stood up. It was the greatest feeling of it, like that, and then between that and like the vault of glass, some of the greatest moments, I guess, in Destiny that I can think of. We were jumping up and down, like it was a lot of fun. Yeah,
I really think when I think back to big moments in Destiny, our first time to the lighthouse, it wasn't week 1, because we used to not get to play a lot on the weekends, but when we did, it's just, my heart was pounding. It was awesome. Great fulfilling experience, and it's just kind of carried over to, future Trials runs, and it's pretty much our main reason for still playing Destiny, I would say, to this day.
Okay, so what was it like then? How did it compare to the first time you took somebody to the, that is garbage. The first time you took somebody to the lighthouse, how did it compare?
Oh, I got spawn sniped. How did our first run compare to the first run of like taking somebody?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Right.
Similar experience. Anytime we make it with a viewer or a follower, it's a good experience. One, because I like making it to Lighthouse too, and then it's also nice to make it with like different people, to know that y'all kind of figured out like a team chemistry between new different people you don't normally play with all the time. So that's always cool. I don't know, you got anything to add?
No, I agree. I was in the middle of a blade right there. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I do an interview with Flash, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I try to pick.
Balance would be impossible.
Yeah, that's why I pick Clash to, it's just something. It's like it really doesn't matter what happens, right? It's just like, well, we'll just play and then we'll see how it goes. It's very hard to concentrate on talking and doing this.
That happens to me all the time. I'll be in the middle of a sentence and just completely stop and then lose my train of thought.
Okay.
But Lighthouse is always extremely fulfilling, whether it's you going or whether it's taking a viewer or a friend. It's always something fun that we look forward to. I think every weekend.
Yeah, I mean, even those times that it doesn't happen, still just trials is like the best in my opinion. I love it. Oh, I threw that nade right off your back.
Yeah, man, what the hell? Like I'm finding here's my freaking radar's being all weird. Like there wasn't anybody around me, and all of a sudden there was a guy right up on top of me. So it's just like I don't know if I'm lagging or what's going on. Hey, we win. Anyway, so what were you guys like before Destiny? What was kind of the games that you guys would play?
You go ahead.
Well, so we were friends beforehand
Sure.
a little bit because of the family connection, but honestly, Destiny is really what also took off our friendship too. It's when we started playing together. But before that,
before we did, what was your game?
Yeah,
Skyrim, bro.
Skyrim back in the 360 days was one of my main games, and Halo Reach. I was always a Halo guy, so it came from playing all the Halos growing up, and then really got into online gaming when Reach came out.
Sure.
And Skyrim, and then pretty much once I got the Xbox One, because I first got Destiny on the 360, and then once we switched over to the Xbox One, it's pretty much been primarily Destiny. Play other games every now and then, but back in the day it was Skyrim and Halo for the most part.
Yeah, on my end it was I didn't even start playing shooter games till my freshman year of college, so 6 years ago, and then I played a bunch of Call of Duty and stuff, and then we played a little Halo just because that was fun, picking up with several guys and playing, and but yeah, Call of Duty, I guess before Destiny, that's when I made the switch, and now I can't go back to Call of Duty.
Okay.
It's just not the same.
It's weird. I came from Halo, and you came from the Call of Duty background.
Yeah.
Kind of, and Destiny's a mix.
I didn't play any Halo until I got to college.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing is I played Halo back in the day, but I never really liked it at first because I was a PC player. And Halo, trying to play that on a console, I couldn't get into playing with a controller, and that's why even now I use keyboard and mouse as I play, even Destiny, because it's just more comfortable for me. However, when I played Call of Duty, when it first came out, I played with controller and was really good at it back then. Also, God damn it, Rainbow Six Vegas was the other game that was the first console shooter that I really got into. So yeah, it's interesting. But I never really got super into Halo myself, to be honest. But that's cool. So, but what do you think about the most recent Destiny changes? How has that affected your guys' game personally?
What was some of the big ones?
The April update?
Yeah.
I mean, they rebalance weapons and stuff.
I don't really feel a huge change.
Well, there was the special weapons or special ammo boxes that definitely changed.
Yes, and they've been working on that for a long time. I don't know if they'll ever perfect that. I mean, every update, I feel like it gets more and more balanced, which is obviously what they're going for.
The heavy only coming up once a game too. I like that better.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the heavy ammo was something that I thought definitely needed to be fixed, and they addressed that right away. But overall, I still feel like you can still play any play style that kind of you favor, and use almost any kind of weapons that you want to favor, especially at an all-time high since it's so balanced now. If you want to use a scout, stay back a little more. If you want to press with a hand cannon or last word, I mean, I think the game's in a really good spot, especially PvP wise. So.
Yeah, I agree that I think that, PvP wise, I think it's good. I personally don't like the special ammo changes they made, just for the simple fact that I don't know, it just seems like it takes too long. I personally like using my sniper. I run out of ammo way too quick, especially with the nerf to, sniper ammo. So that's definitely a thing there.
We're both pretty big snipers, so we're always running out of special ammo too. But I do like starting matches now with special ammo.
Sure.
I will say that. So it might be a fair trade-off to run out of it eventually. Yeah. But we get it at games.
So, by the way, everybody in chat, if you're just joining us, we are talking to OrbyNation, stream team on the Xbox One. This is Monday Night Rare, and this guy is just running away now. Anyway, so what are your guys' favorite classes and loadouts?
Mine is easily the hunter. That was the one I started with. And then I switch usually between golden and a blade dancer, but I think I'm best with a golden gun, and run a lot of last word, mainly last word.
Okay.
And sniper pretty much all the time. I actually was shotgun there for a while.
You started off as shotgun.
Yeah, and didn't ever
sniper late in the game.
Yeah. I think it was when they made some of the changes. But I should have killed him. But yeah, so I switched to sniper, and now I love sniping. Something very satisfying about it.
And I actually started as a warlock originally, and then didn't create a hunter until when was it? Dark Below came out. So I was pretty much primarily a warlock. And then once we really started getting pretty big into PvP is when I created my hunter, and that's pretty much what I run for, especially normal Crucible 6s, is just hunter. For doing 6s, I'm always golden gun with the Claws of Ahamkara for double trip mines. And then if it's trials and I'm on my hunter, I do Night Stalker or Blade Dancer. And I also add in my warlock now for trials a lot. But normally I don't touch my warlock in normal Crucible. It's just hunter primarily now. Yeah, so we're pretty much both hunters most of the time. And yeah, I like to snipe. The difference is I never use the last word. Never use the last word. I just can't do it.
So you can always tell it's on my screen if you see last word.
If you see a last word, you know it's on running screen. If you see that the meta or the doctrine, pretty much it's probably on Flesheater screen. So that's a big difference between our game styles, or the guns we like too. Yeah.
Okay. Let's switch gears a little bit. Let's kind of talk a little bit about streaming itself. So you guys are 11 months in. What were some of the early challenges? Now we're talking about you're in your first 2 or 3 months. What were some of the first challenges that you guys kind of came across that either ended up encouraging you and fortifying your desire to stream, or maybe even on the other side of it, maybe it's like, well, maybe this isn't what I want to do?
That's a good question.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm distracted.
And this kind of has come to our minds recently, but it really does help that there's 2 of us here.
Sure.
Because even when we were starting out and stream, was possibly like a little slower and stuff.
Sure.
We still had, at the end of the day, we were still like playing with people and like always having someone to communicate and talk with. And I really think that's helped us out a lot, especially through the beginning times, kind of grinding away, and streaming where we didn't really have many people who knew who we were or didn't have a lot of viewers or followers. So that, I think, that really helped us out from the start, because we started, the whole reason the stream started is because we like playing Destiny side by side.
Sure.
Not just playing Destiny together online. So I think that was a point that helped us out at first.
And that helps a lot too, because like when one of the things that's discouraging as a starting streamer and whatnot is like there's gonna be, I mean, for all streamers too, it's like there's gonna be those slow weeks, or like where it's just you're not getting as much traffic, and then there's gonna be those days where it's like a high because it's you're having so much fun playing, meeting new people, all this stuff. But from the beginning, it's been great that there's two of us here, and also we've met like some people I can call like my best friends just through it. And that's one of the coolest things about it as well.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Wow, that guy just like came out of nowhere. So like, like as you kind of grown, what would you consider some of your successes, and like saying, that really has driven you to continue?
Gotta get ready. That's a good question. It's a tough question.
That's a tough question.
I guess, just the constant support and motivation from others that are like, within our chat or stream, and just like I guess they're some of the words that they say to us too, like to keep it going, and like reasons why they like the stream and stuff like that. Like that helps a lot. If that's answering your question, I'm not sure if you're in the right direction.
For sure. I got a question from chat. Desmeralda wants to know, when it comes to chat, is there anything that you recall that really stood out as something super funny that somebody said in chat, or an experience that you remember from streaming that really stands out?
I mean, probably one of them that was with me was when I raged in the Vault of Glass.
Yeah, we decided to do the Vault of Glass. It wasn't that long ago, like 2 months.
Yeah, it wasn't long.
With some viewers, and we hadn't touched the Vault of Glass in like a year, maybe over a year, and we actually had some struggles with it. And Runyon kind of went on a little rage.
I wasn't really raging.
Someone
was calling out oracles and whatnot, and I was like the only one shooting it, so I just kind of went off, and I was like, it was laughable. I wasn't mad, but it looked like a rage. I was like, shoot him down, don't just call it out or something like that. But
I thought I had.
It was funny.
It was like a lighthearted rage. But that's always good. A big thing about our chat too is a lot of people, we do these things called orbs, since we're OrbyNation, kind of like a chat, which I'm sure you do. And a lot of people have gotten really into our gambling system and our rewards. So like we have certain rewards that you can, make us do a shot or make us do something funny on stream if you earn enough orbs. And so a lot of people like that aspect of chat.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of like a constant thing.
We had a drunk Crucible gaming night or whatever.
They do a challenge drinking.
That was really fun. It was very fun.
Almost finished off a whole bottle of Crown. We have yet to do it since, because I feel like we're still recovering from those headaches.
Yeah, the biggest thing is that we were the only 2 of the 6 in our fire team doing that. So like everyone else was just getting like, they're like, God, y'all can hardly play right now.
Yeah,
that was fun.
Very nice. All right, so what would you if somebody came up to you today and be like, look, I'm a new streamer, whether it be somebody doing it by themselves or maybe looking to do it as a team, what would be some advice? First, let's start out somebody just starting as a new streamer by themselves, and then we'll kind of answer it with the fact that I'm gonna have you answer it with somebody or a pair of people looking to do it as a team.
I know when we started, we kind of, had a little business meeting and, wanted to knock out like what we wanted to focus on in chat. And I know a big thing was just being as interactive as possible with whoever came in the chat.
Yeah.
I mean, we already loved playing Destiny with as many people as we could. Anytime we were going into Crucible games, we wanted to get a team of 6 as much as we could. So I think that was a big thing, especially for new streamers, regardless of if a solo stream or a duo stream is. I think that's big when you're building up kind of a viewing and a following, is being as interactive and open with chat as possible. And yeah, we do like to play Crucible a lot, but I don't think we get sweaty, shall I say.
Yeah,
sure. We're kind of chill, lay back, but at the same time, pretty good. players. So we like to stay interactive as chat, even as much as possible, whether it's a trials card or a crucible match, which is a main focus of when we started our stream.
I mean, there's also like another end, not like just within stream, but outside of stream, it helps a lot with if you just stay connected with other streamers. Like that was the biggest thing. There's a couple streamers that, you know, chatted with us, you know, that had been doing it for a lot longer, that it made it just so much easier, I guess. I don't know the right word to say, but like they helped us out a lot with, you know, certain like, you know, audio set, whatever, like just the whole setup beside it. And then that's the best thing about Destiny in general, and I know other games have that, but the community is just so great.
Sure.
So it's hard work, but like it is, you put time in, like, you know, just reaching out to others, and that's why we try to help anyone out that asks, like, has any questions.
Yeah.
Because I remember those times when we like we didn't know what to do, so it was like, well, maybe we should ask this person, and then you know, they would help us out.
Yeah. So definitely new streamers, and I think for a duo stream, maybe personally, if you're going to start a duo stream, I think having fun, just like being yourselves, like together, like whether or not there's anybody in chat at all, just kind of, you know, like we enjoyed playing Destiny already together, so we decided to start a stream.
Sure.
I don't think, you know, if our stream is going poorly, I don't think that's going to affect our mood regardless. You know, we're going to have fun. We're here to play Destiny. We're here to have fun. And hopefully, you know, we're here to meet some new people, you know, learn some more about the community, and, you know, build up our chat. But
sure.
At the end of it, make sure you can always continue to have fun, just being who you are and with the people you're playing with.
Right on, man. So who are some of you, like, as streamers, who are some of your inspirations? Who are the people that you look up to and like you would maybe check out and say, like, this is somebody, this is an example of who does it right?
From the beginning, there was like only two that I watched for a while that I really enjoyed. It was like when I first found out about Twitch, you know, I was playing Destiny. I loved how entertaining and how goth was. You know, that's it's tough for him to stay as active in stream and stuff because it's going, you know, 100 miles a minute. But him and Cookie Monster too.
Yeah, Cookie Monster was a big one for us because that's who you first showed me on Twitch, I believe. And she
was very interactive.
She was very interactive, and she actually ended up helping us get some of our stream stuff set up, which was awesome. So she's definitely really cool.
Okay.
And helped out with the stream at first.
Oh, did you have a continuation? I thought was that it?
Yeah. I was waiting on you.
Well, I mean, now there's like, I feel like every time I sign on Twitch, there's like, you know, 30 different people that are following that I like to view. So the audience has definitely grown as we've met more and more people through Twitch.
A lot.
So yeah, really got into watching She Snaps streams a lot. And, some other people, you know, that I always try to be in their chat, you know, watch them hang out. A lot of smaller streamers getting to interact with people and getting to know other smaller streamers is always nice. So that's about it. It's like we could list names forever if people would like.
Yeah, I was just naming a couple from the start.
Yeah. But yeah, Cupcake and Goth are big ones on inspirations from the start.
Okay.
Cookie.
What about people in your community that you consider like that really stuck with you and really pushed you along as streamers and really helped you build up to where you are now? Who's some of the? It's just, and I'm not talking about streamers, or you know, maybe they might be streamers, but I mean just people that, you know, have been a part of your community. I mean, I can name a few people that really started to accelerate my growth. That really was a big part of where I am now. But who would those people be for you?
Lemons. Everyone knows Lemons.
Lemons.
That super antigen.
Most of those people that would fit in that category are some of our most loyal mods now.
Yeah, just
who've just kind of stuck with us over time.
Constantly helping the stream grow and doing whatever they can to help, you know, support us.
I mean, we have a lot. I almost don't want to start saying names because I feel like I'll leave someone out. But yeah, Lemons is a big one. We have a guy named Super Antigen who's a big one. Harold Nuts, who's a streamer as well. Is a great mod of ours and a friend. And like these people have become people that we haven't even met them in real life, but like I feel like they're best friends almost.
Right.
And they've really kind of helped us get the stream started, keep it going, and are always there to support us and offer suggestions and stuff when we need them. So Sky Tribe, another one who's been there from for a while. A lot of people. Pikachu, we started playing with Pikachu right when we started OrbyNation. Now he's a mod, so yeah, I'm scared to leave someone out, but there's a lot of people now that I've met through Twitch and through Destiny and through our stream that become now like best friends to us.
Right on. I mean, yeah, because it's definitely important when you're a growing streamer to have those people that stick with you and really support you as a streamer. Because the one thing that I can tell you from my experience, and I'm sure that you guys would agree, that you cannot do it alone.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, that guy's super laggy. That Quad Savage dude. That was weird. But anyway, guys, if you're just joining us, we are interviewing OrbyNation Stream Team on the Xbox One. Of course, that is Flesheater and Runionrings. And so we'll be getting to, where is this guy coming from? Anyway, we'll be getting to some trials here in a little bit, but right now, just run a little clash to kill the time in the meantime. Because it's hard, as I'm sure you guys can agree, it's difficult to try to talk and think about the questions and
it really is,
and try to shoot stuff at the same time. Yeah, you just gotta love it when people use their smash on just one dude. Or like, yeah, I don't have a chance of killing you. Or what's the best is when they do it when you're back to them, they just come up to you and smash you from the back. I'm like, really, dude? But all right, so kind of winding down a little bit. What are some as far as talking about PvP? What are some of the things that you guys, if you guys were in control? I mean, it wasn't even to be PvP, but just for Destiny in general. What are some of the things that you guys would change or fix about Destiny if you guys were in control?
That's a great question.
Make it to where you could play against each other.
Custom games.
Yep. Custom games. That's one. I agree with you in a sense of the special change is difficult. The only thing that makes it okay is that it's an even playing field and you just kind of adjust to it. I wish I could have opportunity to get more special though. It's really frustrating when you go down and it's you got to wait a whole nother 2 minutes or whatever. That'd be one. What else? What do you got?
I mean, yeah, custom games is definitely, I think, the main thing I would add, because I think that's just a really beneficial part of a lot of other shooter games, like like Halo. I feel like that's what brought Halo almost to its power, like where it is now, especially in the competitive league, is custom games and the customizing games. As far as just changes in general, I really like where it's at. I don't think it's a completely balanced game, but I don't think it's meant to be a completely balanced game. I know when Destiny was starting out, a lot of people were crying for nerfs on supers and weapons, and that still happens. And I kind of feel like that is more like of a Halo or a Call of Duty game. Like Destiny's made to be where you can modify your play styles and your guns and your supers and customize all that stuff. And sometimes it's going to be unbalanced in certain situations, but I don't really have a problem with stuff being unbalanced, because I feel like if you nerfed everything to a common level, then you're just getting right back to like a Halo game type. So I like where it's at. I really wouldn't change too much.
We didn't work our ass off to get gear and not be able to shoot it. It's my 2 cents on special.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So what would be some tips that you would have for for people that are trying to get better at PvP? what do you think that they could do, or what should they focus on to really make them improve like their KD and their ability to maybe get to the lighthouse without the aid of people like yourself?
Yeah, one of the biggest things you could do is play Rumble. Just 6 players, everyone gets each other. That's huge. Watch other gameplay, watch your own gameplay, recordings and stuff. Be patient. Know that a lot of times that you don't have to push into certain spots, that they'll eventually do it, and Rumble is one of the biggest things that helps you out.
Yeah, I think Rumble is definitely a skill builder from a sense of, winning one-on-one gun battles, which I guess most games kind of boil down to that. Most PvP games.
That can help out, a lot with just your personal play. One of the biggest things when you're playing, if you're doing trials or whatever, and you're playing with other people, is just always communicate. You can never really talk too much. I say that, I guess some people could, but anytime you hear a super, or you're about to call your super, even if it's Caleb or Flesh, whatever, calling a super out, I know where he's at. I know that I can be a little more bold and step out over in that area to try to get his orbs. Or, it's just the communication is so to not only, that'll help you play better, because you'll be able to know more where stuff is on the map. Especially if your teammates down, them communicating with you, it goes back and forth.
I would definitely emphasize watching people who are better than you too, watching some of the top players like Real Crafty or something like that, because I think, and then watching your gameplay back and seeing where they step out, where they challenge plays, and also where they choose to back off and not attack a player. I think that's a big thing, learning from them. I feel like you'll, especially for us, we may be pretty good, but we're always going to come across people who are way better than us still to this day. I think you just can learn from those encounters, see what they do, see how they attack situations, and then try to kind of mimic that in your own game.
Yeah.
But communication is huge, especially when you're playing with a fire team, like you said. And especially in Destiny, I feel like the main thing is kind of why we're called OrbyNation, is because we just started at the base of it, just calling out where supers were headed. A lot of the time, even at the minimum, if you're just calling out where your supers are and where your team supers are, it helps the team out immensely. So communication, huge. And also I would say, patience and not getting frustrated when stuff doesn't go your way. Like I said, you'll come across players who are better than you, and you'll just, you'll get 5-0'd in trials, you'll get crushed. I don't think you should let that hurt your confidence. I think you should just let you kind of motivate you to try and be better the next time and try to come up with a new strategy. Stuff like that. At the end of the day, it's a video game, and we try to have fun with it. So,
yeah, I would definitely. I think you hit on, for me, one of the biggest things that helped me get better. And I'm not great, by any stretch of the imagination. Man, why I swear to God, everybody else's freaking envenomed works way better than mine, because people just walk right out of mine like nothing happened. I get stuck in there for 10 minutes and I can't get out. Anyway, but yeah, no, what I was going to say is that one of the things that really helped me improve my game was just knowing when to disengage, because I was always man, I was always cocky, I could challenge this guy. I'm going to win. I know I can win. I was confident in myself, but at the same time, it caused some problems.
Right. Yeah, I think that's a huge aspect of it too. When to know when to attack a fight and attack a player, and then also when you need to know when you need to run and disengage from a fight. Is also a huge.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people focus on kills only, but staying alive is a big part of the game as well. And if you can find a balance between staying alive and also getting kills, that's when you're really going to improve. So, and knowing when to disengage is a huge part of trying to stay alive.
Sure.
From all the time.
Yeah, because that's one thing, some people, they'll chase down. It's well, almost got this guy. Let's just go finish him off. But, and then they, put them in a position of disadvantage, and just learning those times when you are at the advantage can really make a big difference. Knowing the map. knowing the sight lines, knowing where they're coming from. And that was one of the reasons why, like, I was when I played Rainbow Six Vegas, I was one of the better players in that game, in the world. And I unfortunately wasn't an MLG player because it was an MLG game at the time. But it wasn't so much that I was, quick twitch, whatever, because that was not that type of game. It was map knowledge, knowing where to expect people to be from, being set up in the right locations, etc., like that. And Destiny's kind of similar, even though it's a much more, fast twitch game in that sense. But at the same time, if you can set up, you can get the advantage, and if you know those sight lines, you know where they're going to be coming from. It definitely helps.
Right.
Where did you come
Matt,
from?
no.
Anyway,
So that just takes time playing the game and stuff.
Okay. Question from chat from Viper. Do you guys use standard controllers, or you guys use like elite controllers?
Standard controllers.
Standard, yeah.
In fact,
Both of us use standard.
that's the one I got originally with my Xbox, but it's about time to get a new one because my B button's starting to get stuck.
Okay.
That's pain.
And what kind of configurations do you guys like to use?
I run default.
Okay.
And actually, this is kind of surprising for when I tell a lot of people. My sensitivity is only 2. So a lot of people run higher sensitivities. I like a lower sensitivity, especially when sniping.
I think my sensitivity is 5.
But yeah, just default controls, pretty much. No bumper jumpers or anything special.
Sure. All right, well, let's go ahead and wrap this up so we can go play some trials. I'm getting kind of sick of this Clash of the Moment, just trying to focus on and trying to talk and all this stuff. So let's get to where can we find you guys? What times can we find you? And last but not, and of course, probably most important to a lot of people, how can people get into games with you guys?
You got it.
So we stream mainly weeknights, kind of late at night. Guaranteed streams Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, starting about 10:30 Central, and that's when we run pretty much 6s in Crucible every night, all night, every night on those nights. And then on the weekends, the streams are a little more random, but we do. If you follow us on Twitter at Orby_Nation. We tweet out the streams. We try to get at least 1 to 2 streams, possibly 3 trial streams in on the weekends. But those are a little more random and not specified. So trials on the weekends when we do stream, and then during the weekdays we do 6s in Crucible. And to get into a game, it's pretty simple. Hang out in our chat and say you want to play, and we'll get you in. If we have a full fire team and we have enough people wanting to play, we normally play about 3 or 4 games with the crew and then cycle everyone in and out. Just try and get as many people as possible into the game with us. And then as far as if you want to run a trials card with us, all we do is we don't do any kind of raffle because I don't like having people wait around the chat most of the time for hours waiting on their chance, and it's just a luck base. So we started a list that we do, and to get on the list, all you have to do is spend 100 orbs in our chat, which is pretty easy to earn. And once you do that, we'll just put you on the list. And if we don't get to you that weekend, then we'll pick you up the next weekend if we can, and then so on and so forth. So yeah, got anything to add to that?
You got it.
Hit the head on the nail.
You hit the nail on the spot.
Okay.
But we also have a YouTube channel as well. We don't update it as much as we try to streaming too, but it's OrbyNation, and we put up a lot of PvP highlights. We do have some montages, so you can find us on there or on Twitter. And yeah, Twitter is when we always tweet out the streams when we're gonna stream and stuff like that. So.
All right, very good.
No,
guys.
also,
okay, go ahead.
Carrie, right now during the talk.
I'm sorry, say that again. You kind of got cut out just a little bit.
Oh no, I was sorry. I was thanking the mods and stream right now for just being there in the chat right now while we're talking to you.
All right, guys. Well, we're gonna go ahead and end it then. Get to that trials card. Thank you so much for being on, fellas. I do definitely appreciate it. And everybody, make sure you go over to OrbyNation, twitch.tv/OrbyNation, and hit them up with a follow. If you're watching on YouTube, the links will be all in the description, so you can find them, quite easily. Make sure you go hit them up on YouTube, on Twitter, and on on Twitch, of course, and go hang out with them and meet them. Super nice guys. And you guys, if you guys are watching live, you'll be able to watch us do a trials card and see what they're all about. So thanks again for coming on. We're gonna go ahead and next week we'll have another fantastic streamer come on, unless things happen. But the plan is episode 12 will be another great one. Tonight's been a great episode. It'll be uploaded to YouTube tomorrow for those of you guys watching live, and I'll tweet out that. So once again, it's the Angry Iceberg here on Monday Night Rare. We'll see you guys next week.